Hello and welcome back to Children's Reading Cove. This is Chapter 6 of Stink and the Midnight Zombie Walk. Nightmare on Croker Street. On Friday night, Midnight Zombie Walk Eve, Stink and Webster had a sleepover. A zombie sleepover. They put on their zombie pajamas, striped PJs with ketchup stains. They played zombie attack with Fred and Voodoo. They watched Night of the Living Bedspread and ate finger foods dipped in blood. Mini hot dogs dipped in ketchup. They told zombie jokes. "Why did the zombie cross the road?" asked Webster. "To eat the people on the other side." "How did the zombie get an A on his test?" Stink asked. "It was a no-brainer." Stink and Webster crawled into sleeping bags and reread Nightmare on Zombie Street books by flashlight. Jody poked her head into the room. "Hey, tofu for brains," she said to Stink. "Mom and Dad said lights out. Time for bed." "But we're not tired," said Stink. "Tell us a story." "A zombie story," said Webster. "A scary zombie story," said Stink. "But not too scary," said Webster. "Nightmare on Croker Street," said Stink. "One story," Judy agreed, "if you promise to leave me alone and get some Z's." "Z's for zombies," said Stink. Judy made her voice all spooky. One night, two boys were having a sleepover. A zombie sleepover. "Did they live on Croker Street?" Stink asked. "Can their names be Webman and Stinkray?" Webster asked. "Shh," said Judy. One night, Webman and Stinkray were having a sleepover. "Nice," said Stink. "You guys can't keep interrupting me or the story won't work." Webster shut his mouth. Stink zipped his lips. Judy went on. All of a sudden, there came a scritch, scratch, scritch on the window. "Was it a zombie?" asked Webster. Yes, it was a zombie. She had long black hair and a pale, pale face and red, red lips and long green fingernails. Her voice was like dead bones rattling. "Do you know what I do with my red, red lips and my long green fingernails?" she said. Judy flicked the flashlight on and off. "No," said Webman and Stinkray, and they slammed the window shut. Stink and Webster sat up in their sleeping bags. They inched closer to Judy. "The next night," Judy continued, "the zombie came back and she said, 'Do you know what I do with my red, red lips and my long green fingernails?'" Again, Webman and Stingray said, "No!" and they slammed the window shut. On the third night, the zombie asked the same thing. "Do you know what I do with my red lips and my long green fingernails?" But before Webman and Stingray could answer, she said, "I'll show you what I do with my red lips and my long green fingernails." Webman and Stingray closed their eyes and held their breath. Finally, the zombie held her finger to her lips and went blub, 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 blub. "That was funny," said Stink. "And scary," said Webster. Judy turned off the flashlight. "Night, you guys. Sweet dreams." She clumped downstairs. Wind whistled at the window. The moon made spooky shadows on the wall. "Did you hear a scratching at the window?" asked Webster. "Maybe it's just a tree branch," said Stink. "Are you scared?" asked Webster. He hugged Hoodoo and Voodoo. "A little," said Stink. He pulled Gilgamesh and Fred in closer. "I can't sleep," said Webster. "I have an idea. Let's scare Judy like she scared us." "How?" asked Webster. "It's a no-brainer," said Stink. "Charlie's zombie. He's in her closet, remember? So we sneak into her room and get Charlie, and then we hide somewhere in her room. When she comes up to bed, we make Charlie zombie talk and freak her out." "I like it," said Webster. Stink and Webster tiptoed across the hall and into Judy's room. Stink fished Charlie zombie out from the bottom of Judy's hamper in her closet. Charlie looked as creepy as ever. Webster hid behind Judy's beanbag chair. Stink and Charlie hid under the bottom bunk. "Night, Mom," they heard Judy say out in the hall. She came into her room and climbed into her bottom bunk. She pulled up the covers and turned to face the wall. They waited for 5 long minutes. Slowly, Stink raised the dummy out from under the bed. Slowly, Charlie rose up in the blue moonlight. His face glowed green in the dark like a ghost. He stared at Judy with one eye open and waited. Judy stirred. She rolled over. Clack, clack, clack went the dummy's mouth. Judy opened one eye. "Hungry," Charlie's zombie croaked. "Want burger, Judy burger." "Ah!" Judy screamed and she pulled the covers over her head. "Ah!" She screamed again. "Scared you!" yelled Stink. Stink and Webster popped out from their hiding places laughing their PJ pants off. "You guys," said Judy, poking her head out from under the covers, "I almost had a zombie heart attack." "Heart? Yum," said Charlie. Webster cracked up. "We got you so good," said Stink. "You'd be scared too if some creepozoid zombie dummy woke you up in the middle of the night," said Judy. "Get that thing out of here." Judy pulled her covers back up. Stink and Webster headed back to Stink's room. "Scritch, scratch," she called after them. "I wouldn't sleep near the window if I were you." Stink set Charlie Zombie back on his desk chair. He and Webster slid back into their sleeping bags and closed their eyes. "Webster, are you thinking what I'm thinking?" Stink asked. "He's staring at us," said Webster, "with one evil eye." "I know. His other eye won't stay open. He's giving me the creeps." "Goosebumps," said Webster, rubbing his arms. "Goose eggs," said Stink. "Zombie zits," said Webster. "We're going to have zombie nightmares," said Stink. He got up and switched on his night light. "Put a pillow over him or something," said Webster. "I'll get him out of here." Stink took Charlie all the way downstairs, where he stuck him away in the back of the hall closet behind all the coats. At last, Stink and Webster slipped off to bed. Not a creature was stirring, not even a zombie. The next morning, Stink woke up. Webster woke up. Stink yawned. Webster yawned. Stink screamed, "Ah!" Webster screamed, "Zombie!" Charlie, the one-eyed zombie, was leaning up against the pillows on Stink's bed, staring at them and grinning his evil grin. Stink and Webster huddled together. "He's back," said Webster. "When did you—" I didn't," said Stink. "Did you?" "Not me. But how did—" "I hid him in the way back of the downstairs closet." "Ah!" Stink and Webster ran screaming out of the room. Stink and Webster ran screaming down the stairs. Dad poked his head out of the kitchen. "What's all the racket?" "Nothing," said Stink. He sniffed the air. "Smelled pancakes." "Pancakes? Good," said Webster. "Me want," said Stink. Dad went back to the kitchen. "Did you know that zombies have a hyper good sense of smell?" Stink said to Webster. "Then we'd better hurry up before Charlie Zombie beats us to them." End of chapter 6. We'll see you back here very, very soon. Bye-bye.